it also comes with a lot of discipline. And if you
Yes.
really want it for yourself.
Yes.
Kia ora, mabuhay!
Welcome na and welcome to
Fika with Tin
and Glee.
ASMR. How are you?
Well, I was a bit tired because I exercised a lot, you know. What about you? What did you do the whole week?
The whole week, of course, aside from being with you, exercising as well.
I forced you to
Yes.
exercise.
Thank you so much, though. I really feel it in my...
Yeah, you felt the difference,
Yeah,
right?
I really felt the difference.
That's good.
Yes. But aside from, walking with you and exercising with you, I was pretty busy with work and preparing for the concert.
Okay, yes,
Yes.
it's soon.
Yes.
She has a concert on August 27th. Today's topic is about physical health. Physical well-being, right? What do you
Yes.
do? What is your regimen when it comes to maintaining your physical health? What do you do?
Well, nowadays, since I met you, since my husband and I met you,
Okay.
we've been pretty active.
Wow.
And we really loved it. We really love it. We like walking. So from meters, we are now capable of walking up to 5 to 10 kilometers.
Wow, that's good to
Was
hear.
that from city to New Market? I think that was the
I think that
furthest
was
that I went to.
Yes, like around 3 kilometers. But
3
going
kilometers.
to and
Going,
from,
yeah,
it
to
will
and
be
from.
like around 6
Yes.
kilometers. And of course, there's incline, so you really exercise.
Yes,
Yeah. To our listeners and viewers, you know what? When I met Tin and her husband, they basically use
Scooters.
yes, the e-scooters.
All the time.
You know, aside from the fact that it costs money, you're not really exercising your body, even if it's just a few minutes walk. So I told them it's better to move because it can be part of your exercise regimen. You don't really need to go to the gym to hit the gym and pay and
That's
walk on the
right.
treadmill. So this can be part of your daily activity.
That's right.
And it's already an exercise.
Yes, we saved a lot of money.
That's good.
So, how about you?
Well, for me, you know, from our past episode, I
Yes.
told you that my parents died early, right? Because my father died of cardiac arrest. My mom had cancer. So from then on, I said to myself, I will not die of these, how do you call it, critical illnesses.
Yeah.
So I really promised myself that I would be healthy and that I wouldn't suffer all these critical illnesses that my parents encountered. So from 19, I think since I was 19 years old, I've been exercising. It's like, it's already a habit. You know, in the Philippines, there's fitness first. I was a
Yes.
member of fitness first before. And
Not an ad.
it's not an advertisement, but I'm just sharing. So they have this quote, and I quote, "Motivation is what keeps you started. Habit is what keeps you going." And I think I already have the habit of moving, of exercising. If I don't move, you know, if I don't walk in a day, I feel like there's something lacking.
That's
So it's
right.
really part of me now. I walk most of the time, like really long walks. Not just 10 minutes.
How many steps do you take?
Oh, I
Each
have
day.
I have this cheap Xiaomi, okay? I just measure walk, so at least 10,000 steps in a day. But like
10,000
today I
steps.
have around 20,000, 23,000
Wow.
steps. Yeah, because
That is nice.
when I walk on the treadmill, it also counts.
Yes.
So at least I want to have 10,000. The more, the merrier. I feel happier. It feels like I have completed my task for the day. And aside from that, you know, I started jogging. But on the
Ah.
treadmill because we have a free gym, a small
Yes.
one. I started jogging
Which
because
we are also having privilege to be.
yeah, when I invited you a few times, but you should come more often so that I will have company. But anyway, so I started jogging because I wanted to prepare for this marathon, a 21 kilometer marathon which will be held on October 30 here in Auckland. And yes, so I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm trying to condition myself.
Yes. So you guys, you already know how Glee is keeping his figure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that I don't have fats. I still have, and I'm not ashamed of that. I need to have a little, some fats. It's needed in the body. But I don't want to grow, like, to become over 70 kilos. I don't know. I just don't feel...
Over your average weight, your standard weight.
I think even at 70 kilos or 68, around that, I think it's still in the normal index. But I just don't feel it.
What's your preference?
Yes, and also when I increase weight, I have difficulty walking. But this weight,
lighter.
Yes,
You feel
it's lighter. So this one is what I would like to maintain, and I do fasting. I don't know. Do you do fasting?
No.
As always.
I felt on the spot. I have few diets, like from the Chinese doctor that we consulted before.
Okay, the herbal.
I started taking raw food out of my meals.
Yeah, like sushi.
Like
raw food
sushi, which was a big sacrifice for me because we really love Japanese food.
Good
And
thing
I
I
also
don't like it.
and I also started taking away cold drinks.
Yes.
So now, as you can see, if I'm
Just-
not sipping tea, I'm sipping hot water.
Yes,
And
I mean,
or coffee.
yeah, I mean, it's also not really good for your body if you drink so much cold drinks. So even when I was in the Philippines, I didn't drink from the fridge. I don't put water in the fridge. I just drink from the faucet or just, lukewarm water,
Yeah.
even if it's really hot. So I prefer that one. So I think that's also why I don't get sick. I don't get
that's right.
cold or flu or something.
Yeah.
Because it was already a habit to drink lukewarm and not cold. I don't really like drinking cold water,
Yeah.
even after exercising.
It's also good for the vocals.
Mm.
So everything that you're helping me with is good for my career, my
That's
music
good,
career.
yeah, because
with the exercise, it helped me improve my breathing
Mhm.
when singing, and now the hot water is helping me improve how I take
Your
care of
voice.
my vocals.
Yeah.
So yes, this
Fasting.
fasting. Let me think about that next time.
But no, I mean, to be for our listeners and viewers, fasting. There are tons of videos
Yes.
related to fasting, because some people say, "Oh, fasting. It's like the Muslims do Ramadan."
Yeah.
Even in Filipinos, we have this term ayuno. It's in Spanish as well. Fasting. We do that.
Fasting.
We avoid certain kinds of food because it's not just a religious activity, but even Socrates, they said, whenever, or Plato, I don't know, the great philosophers, they do fasting so that it helps themselves mentally active, but it also improves the physical well-being, because it's connected. Your physicality, your mentality, everything is connected. So it makes them keen, very sharp when it
Really?
comes to thinking when they do fasting.
Interesting.
It's just a simple explanation. When your body is not busy digesting food,
Yeah.
then if you're thinking, the energy of the body goes to your thinking instead of digesting food. So basically, if your stomach is empty, if you're not eating, then the body has time to channel the energy to your thinking. Instead of digesting food. So much energy is
Yes.
wasted as well when you're digesting food. And also there's this term autophagy. So I think the autophagy was recently discovered, and you just read more about it in the internet. It's like renewing cells, like the cells killing the dead cells or the cells which are weak. So that happens when you're fasting, when basically there's no food from your body, because it's trying to recycle the things, and they kill the bad cells, like cancer cells and
That
these things.
is really interesting. That might motivate our listeners and viewers to do fasting.
No, but then they have to watch out, because not everyone can fast, especially those which have already critical conditions, diabetics,
Yes. Yes.
those who have problems in their physical health. So just try to ask your doctor.
Yes, consult with your doctor.
Yes, consult your doctor.
Your diet plans.
Yes. And there are
Yes.
many types.
Nutritionist, consult your nutritionist.
That's right. So yeah, so that's just one part.
Yeah, it's a good reminder. You mentioned before that your parents have this history of illness, disease, and that motivated you to become healthier. So for our listeners and viewers, have that in mind. If you have history in your family like diabetes or hypertension, then
Yes.
maybe that is enough for you to be motivated to become healthier because
To be more cautious.
to be more cautious. That's
Yes.
right.
And avoid, personally, I try to avoid chips, which we're eating right now. So the chips, I seldom eat chips, honestly. And Coke, sodas, I don't drink.
Yes. I gave
Rarely.
that up already.
Rarely.
Yes.
Lots of sugar. So really, when it comes to food as well, not just fasting, okay? On the other hand, when it comes to food, as much as possible, I like to avoid meat. Sometimes I eat meat, but I still have this Swedish thinking now. Well, not Swedish thinking, but I just remember that I learned a lot from Sweden where there are many vegan restaurants, vegetarians, and I survive with being vegetarian. Tofu is a good source of protein and cheaper than buying beef, right? I don't know why people are looking for chicken, meat, lamb when there are other options, because basically the body just needs protein and you can get it from other sources.
Well,
What about you?
I can't say anything to that because I am one of those people.
You can you not eat meat for a few days?
Look at my face. No, I've tried it before because in the Philippines there's a province called Quezon, and my family had like a diet journey with herb practitioner. So I gave up in just a day. So I couldn't do it, but I think it also comes with a lot of discipline, and if you
Yes.
really want it for yourself.
Yes.
So, yes, aside from food diet, because I also believe that we are what we eat,
Yes.
and everything in the future, if we ever get illness, it's because of everything that we ate
Yes.
in our lives,
Yes,
in our lifetime.
Whatever we consume.
Yes, whatever we consume. So, aside from the food that we eat, like bad habits, drinking, smoking.
Yes, drinking. Let's talk about drinking. Drinking for me, I try to drink at least a glass of red wine. I know it's not cheap in Philippines, so it's quite expensive. But here, because it's affordable, I can substitute wine for. Instead of drinking soda, I'll drink a glass of wine. But I'm not an alcoholic person.
Yes.
Like, I can drink or not. So if I choose not to drink, I can get by. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm looking for it every now and then. So drinking is not bad, but if you become dependent on it, it becomes bad. Of course, as they say, everything should be in
Moderation.
yes, moderation.
I think I read it somewhere. A study says that drinking a glass of wine a day keeps your memory sharp.
And I know many people, for example, Europeans, French people, they drink at least a glass or two of wine. But there are also some studies nowadays saying that even if you're drinking wine, it's not really, it doesn't really contribute that much to your physical well-being. But that's also true because you don't really need alcohol, right? Water is fine. You can drink lemon water or something.
Yes.
So you don't really need alcohol. It also costs money. So it's more of like during social gathering, I think. You can drink, but again, it should be in moderation. And you shouldn't be dependent on it.
Yes. At the end of the day, we guys are not faking ourselves.
No.
We also have maybe some bad habits
that's
left
right.
in our body, in our lives. But then, I think this is just a reminder, if you really have a goal in mind that you want to be like this, you want to be healthier, you want to be, or if you are, like your mental health like what we had previously.
Yes,
If you're going through something, physical activities are keeping your physical health as well as
Yes.
stable and as healthy, then it could also be a solution for you.
Yes, because if you're stressed, for example, instead of channeling your energy to more thinking about the bad situation or the negative emotion, then if you exercise, you're channeling your energy to this physical activity that you're doing, running, be it walking. It helps you, right? So it will give your body the chance to exercise, and at the
Yes.
same time you are helping your mental activity, or you're trying to help yourself
Yes,
mentally,
mentally.
because you're not thinking about the stress or the negative emotion over and over again, but instead
Yes.
you're trying to get exhausted from the physical work you're doing.
That's right. All right. So, what are the advices that we can give you?
Yoga.
Yoga.
Yes, yoga is a good one.
Yes. Nature. Be with
Yes,
nature.
walking.
Yes, that's right. Take advantage of everything that's free around you. There is actually a lot of free things around
Free
you.
hugging, so that can be part of your activity when you visit a
Yes.
forest. But in those areas where you live, for example, you live in a city, I think a visit to the park, to your nearest park, can be a good help as well.
That's right.
You can meditate there, do your daily walk, and if you have a dog or if you have some pets, then you can walk the dog. That can also be part of
Yes, that's
physical
right.
activity.
That's right. Make a routine.
A habit.
A habit,
right,
yes.
Because once it's a habit,
Part of your routine. Part of your routine is an improvement of yourself.
yes, because at the end of the day, anything that you consume, anything that you do to your body affects you, not only in your physical aspect but in your mental aspect as well. And
Yes.
that contributes to the holistic
Well-being.
Yes,
That's
mentally, physically.
That's right.
But of course, there are other aspects to consider as well, right?
That's right. Aside from mental,
Physical.
we also have social, which is also a very important
True.
issue.
And that is one of the interesting topics that we will deal with in our
Yes.
next episode.
Actually, in our previous episodes, we have been talking about like community
Yes.
and things like
Church,
social. Yes.
organizations.
So let's dive more into that.
Mm.
And let's talk about how we can enrich our social well-being.
Yes, and improve it.
Yes.
All right. So,
At least this isn't as hard as the previous topic that we had.
yeah, that's true. Okay. As always, give comments, suggestions, questions. You can write us on our social media accounts,
Facebook,
Spotify.
Twitter,
What else? YouTube.
Instagram.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Follow us and we'll see you again every Wednesday at 6 p.m.
New Zealand time.
Don't forget, guys, take a break.
Have a fika.
See
Bye.
ya.